get that feeling? Like you're wading through a sea of the same old brands, Just endless scrolling, trying to find something different, something new. It's a tough ask, honestly, especially for businesses that are just starting out.
That's true.
Especially in a market like India, where e-commerce is exploding. Everyone and their dog seems to be launching a business online. How do you stand out?
Oh, it's incredibly cutthroat out there.
Well, that's what we're diving into today. Shopdibz, a platform that claims to have the answer for these new Indian brands.
Yeah, it's a real challenge, that's for sure. The Indian market is interesting because it's growing so rapidly, which means even more competition for everyone.
Exactly. It's like a jungle out there. Our sources highlighted a bunch of hurdles these new businesses face. Competing with the big names, getting buried on the huge online platforms.
Right. And just building that trust factor from scratch.
Totally. And let's not forget, they're often working with super tight budgets. It's a lot to overcome.
It is. And then on top of all that, you've got the return rates. Returns can make or break you. And some of these new brands are seeing like 20% of their revenue vanish because of it.
Ouch. Yeah, 20% back out the door. That's got to hurt.
That's a huge chunk, especially when you're just starting out. Those logistics costs can kill you.
That's where Shopdibz says they have the edge. They're specifically for these new direct-to-consumer brands in India. So they're saying, come to us. You don't have to fight those giants on their own turf.
It's a really interesting strategy, actually, focusing on just that niche. New D2C brands, and only in India. It's not about being everything to everyone.
Yeah, it's not another Amazon or Flipkart, that's for sure. But what makes them different, I mean, we did some digging, and one thing they keep talking about is this idea of being a curated community, like a high-end boutique, as opposed to, well, a massive department store.
It's about changing the whole mindset.
Yeah.
When you walk into a boutique, you expect something different, a certain level of, curation. Shopdibz is trying to bring that online.
Love that analogy. It really is a cool way to think about it. But let's get practical for a sec. How does this actually help the brand's, bottom line?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, right? Anyone can build a website, but are these features actually moving the needle?
Right.
From what we've seen, Shopdibz is really hitting on three key things. They're laser-focused on helping these new brands build a loyal following, tackling those sky-high return rates we talked about, and at the end of the day, driving more sales.
Music to any entrepreneur's ears. So let's break it down. Let's start with that first one. Building a loyal customer base. How's Shopdibz making that happen? Because, let's be real, not every shopper is out there actively hunting for the newest brand, right?
No, absolutely not. And that's what's so smart about their approach. They're going after a very specific kind of shopper, someone who actually enjoys discovering new brands, people who are willing to maybe spend a little more to support a company that's doing something different.
I get it. So it's less about convincing people to take a chance on something new and more about putting those shoppers right at their doorstep.
Exactly. It's about connecting with the right people from the get-go. And the same goes for those returns. Shopdibz is all about minimizing that buyer's remorse.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. Online shopping regret is a real thing.
Oh, big time. And it's a huge reason why those return rates are so high. Shopdibz is pushing these brands to be super upfront about everything. Detailed descriptions, high-quality photos, even encouraging those brands to chat with customers directly to answer their questions before they buy.
Oh, interesting. So it's all about setting realistic expectations.
Exactly. And that builds trust. Plus, you've got social proof, like reviews from other customers. It all adds up to fewer returns, which is better for everyone.
Fewer returns, happier customers, more money in the bank. Everybody wins. But of course, the big one, driving sales. How is Shopdibz taking all of this, all these cool features, and actually translating it into growth for these brands?
They're creating an environment where these businesses can thrive,
Yeah, it's like they've really thought this through.
They have. And it's showing in the numbers, too. Our research, we found some pretty impressive sales figures. One brand, actually, a sustainable clothing line, they saw a 300% increase in sales. And this was just within their first year on Shopdibz.
Whoa.
They were attributing it to, Shopdibz being so focused on highlighting ethical brands, sustainable brands, and it helped them reach those customers who really cared about that stuff.
300%. Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. So it's not just about getting people in the door. It's about getting the right people in the door. The ones who are actually going to love what they find.
Exactly. And that's what Shopdibz understands. It's quality over quantity. They're not trying to be the biggest. They're just building something special.
I like that, building something special. But speaking of building, what's next for Shopdibz? what's coming down the pipeline. Our sources mentioned some pretty cool stuff like, I don't know if I'm saying this right, API integration.
Oh, yeah. Big time. That's going to be huge for those brands.
And then even more ways for brands to customize their presence on the platform.
Yeah, they're not slowing down. It's smart. Giving brands that ability to seamlessly connect their Shopdibz store with their own website, it just creates a much better experience for shoppers. And those customization features, man, that's how these brands can really stand out.
It's like they're saying, here's the platform, now go make it your own. So Shopdibz is really going all in on these emerging Indian brands. They're giving them the tools, the platform, and the spotlight to, well, to really make it.
Yeah, it's pretty bold, but it seems to be working. I mean, they're definitely turning heads, challenging how we think about online shopping. And from what we've seen, they have a real shot at changing the game.
It's an exciting story, that's for sure. But now we want to hear from you. Have you checked out Shopdibz? Maybe you've even snagged something awesome from one of these new brands. Head over to our website and let us know what you think.
Yeah, and hey, maybe you'll discover your new favorite brand while you're there.